in boxing. Man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
Make sure to check out our sponsor, Cell Phone Buyers Recyclers. They want to buy your cell phone old, broken, or you're just trying to get rid of it. You can contact them right at the number on the screen, text or call. Also, their social media and website is in the description if that's more convenient. If you share their social media accounts on social media, get a chance to win an iPhone. Go check them out. All right, man, we back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Let's talk some boxing. And apparently Canelo and Triple G3 is now slated to happen in December. Triple G will get his wishes, fight Kamil Szeremeta. Canelo will fight Billy Joe Saunders. It sounds like they'll pick up in their negotiations where they left off at. So let's talk about that, man. And you know, I think it's only right when you coming out of quarantine and you ain't got the best training, you know what I'm saying? Or you ain't been having the accessibility to sparring and other amenities that you need. I think most fighters should come out the quarantine and take a tune-up. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys are going to be fighting a weight class above they natural weight class or 2 weight classes above just because they haven't been able to cut the weight if they're coming back in June. You got some guys like Jamil Herring coming back in July with a tune-up. So, but as far as this situation go, Canelo with it all. You know, Canelo want to fight Triple G and get it over with. Triple G screamed and hollered for this fight. He begged for his mandatory. So he want to fight Kamil Szeremeta. People forget that he got kicked out the snack program. You see how, you know, media didn't really talk about that. Nobody really talked about that. And when Dan Rayfield was ESPN, he broke that story. But while breaking the story, you know, he didn't really put emphasis on the title. You know, obviously, if Triple G get kicked out of snack, the title going to be Triple G get kicked out of snack. But if you didn't read the article, you wouldn't have known that. And that's just how low-key they kept it. You know, imagine Adrian Broner getting kicked out of snack or Devin Haney. That would have been blown up. So that just lets you know how they pick and choose the stories they choose to push and what headlines they choose to push to really captivate the audience. And, you know, he strained his calf. You know what I'm saying? So while working out at snack, and then, you know, kicked him out, I guess, for being lazy. Nobody truly knows why Victor Conte kicked him out. Now, if it was another fighter, he probably would have gave a reasoning, but he didn't give one. But just one thing is that Triple G was lazy. And the reason that he changed the snack is because Jonathan Banks didn't like the way, you know, his conditioning was going. And he thought Triple G was a little bit lazy, and it started to show versus the Steve Rose fight. And it really showed in the Derevchenko fight where Triple G just took an ass whooping. You see why guys didn't want to fight Derevchenko. Danny Jacobs had an easier time than Derevchenko than Triple G had, and that's crazy, man. But, you know, Kamil Szeremeta, the zone ain't making 1 penny off that fight. You know what I'm saying? How many tune-ups this dude gonna get? He gets Steve Rose. His whole career been a tune-up outside of Danny Jacobs and Canelo Alvarez, the Curtis Stevenson, Rosado, Ishida. I mean, keep going on and on. He done fought more tune-ups and fought more 54-pounders than he had real actual fights in his career. And once again, what is it? Tune-up, tough fight, tune-up. So I hope Canelo end this dude, man, to be honest. You know, and it just never seems to work in the boxing fans' favor because once Triple G, you know, had a close fight with Derevchenko, they should have ordered a immediate rematch. That fight was more of a robbery than Tony Harrison and Charlo fight. So why not order Derevchenko an immediate rematch versus Triple G? That just make too much sense, and they didn't order the immediate rematch. So, you know, it ain't really much we can continue to talk about. Triple G time is come and gone. His career, he spent his prime bullshitting over there in Germany, ducking and dodging the best fighters overall. Even when if he was stuck in Germany, he was chasing Felix Sturm, and he should have been chasing Arthur Abraham, who was the WBO title holder at the time. So we can just go on and on about some of the inconsistencies of, you know, Gennady Golovkin in his career. Kamil Szeremeta, nobody cares about that fight. This is a dude with 7 knockouts. You know what I'm saying? It just makes no sense. You know, him and Canelo should have went right into a fight. But I get it. If you ain't getting the best training and you ain't getting the, you know, ability to train and work out the way you need to, then take a tune-up, because it's always excuses when these dudes lose. Oh, his knuckle wasn't in the glove, or, you know, I didn't have enough time to train, or I was out of shape, and this, that, and the third. So that is what it is. And Canelo will be fighting Billy Joe Saunders. I mean, I guess The other options wasn't good enough, or I mean, really, it made no sense not to fight anybody. It made no sense to fight anybody else, because if y'all agreed to a contract and the money right, you know what I'm saying, why not do it? Why go through negotiations and drop another contract, or start talking another contract with Caleb Plant, with Benavidez, with this guy, that guy, or, what's the point? You already got the parameters drawn out for Billy Joe Saunders. Go ahead and make that fight happen. It makes too much fucking sense. As far as that fight, Canelo taking a dangerous fight while Triple G taking a tune-up, is that fair? No, but hey, Canelo is the one getting the $30 million contract. People was already anticipating this Billy Joe Saunders fight. Now, who got a better chance to win? Kamil Szeremeta or Billy Joe Saunders? We all know Billy Joe Saunders got a better chance to win. But then again, Canelo is immortal inside the square circle unless you can knock him out. If you can't knock him out, Kamil Szeremeta or, Billy Joe Saunders don't have a chance in hell. They gonna fuck up the pot. The DAZN probably gonna believe that fans gonna be allowed in the arena in December, and it's kind of gonna line up beautiful for them. Because if that's the premier fight at the end of the year, that should be an instant sellout, especially if Triple G able to look good versus Kamil Szeremeta and Canelo look good versus Billy Joe Saunders. And the fans back in the stands in December, that's gonna sell out. They gonna get their wishes. They gonna do the biggest numbers they ever done in DAZN history with that fight. And Canelo gonna have an opportunity to get a knockout in a prominent fight. He knock out Triple G, that's gonna be the best moment in his boxing career. It was too much going around, the steak beef commercials where they was talking about how he was cheating on the beef, and all the years where they stripped him of the WBC and they tried to force him to negotiate, and all this, that, and the third. This would be a shining moment in boxing to knock out Triple G. And then people they complain and say Canelo ducking Triple G. Canelo said let's fight in September. Triple G say no, I want to tune up. And if Canelo do beat Triple G again, people gonna say, well, Triple G was old. You can never satisfy these dudes. That's one thing about boxing. The narrative changed after the fight. Everybody got different energy before the fight. Oh man, Triple G gonna smash him. This is why Canelo been running from him. And Canelo go out there and knock him out and make it look easy. Oh, Triple G was old and Derevchenko softened him up. Like Canelo wasn't fighting motherfucking Danny Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? Like he didn't maybe fight Billy Joe before he fought this fight. He took a tune-up in Triple G with Kamil Szeremeta. That's one thing about boxing, dude. Motherfuckers always got an excuse. It's always an excuse after the fight. How many people trill enough to not have an excuse and get credit where credit is due? Not too many people, man. So I'm all about giving these dudes credit. Unless it's a legitimate reason for a debate, but that's what they planning on doing. And then you got Eddie Hearn, who supposed to be giving fights in his backyard, where he gonna pay for the fighters to stay at a hotel, and they're fighting in his backyard. And that's a different idea. I'm thinking it's gonna be domestic type of stuff. I know you're talking about Povetkin and Dillian White probably top it off. So that just sound like some it sound like a good idea, but it sound like some motherfucking sound like some plantation shit to me. But if you gotta get creative. He talking about doing fireworks and all this type of stuff. So to each his own. Eddie Hearn is creative. He always trying to think outside the box. You gotta give him credit where credit is due. When the rest of these promoters trying to think inside the box and do things the traditional way, I would like to see outside fights come back. I'd like to see them rebuild the outdoor arena for Caesar's Palace. Why not? That'd be dope. Why not fight outside again? You know what I'm saying? So it make a lot of sense. Some of the best fights was outside. Just make a ton of sense. So how about do some outside fights? So we'll see. But they talking about allowing fans in stadiums, but just not to the maximum capacity. So you talking about 15,000 in the 65,000 seat stadium, or whatever the 49er stadium seat hold. So if you got the Barclays to hold 15, or Madison Square Garden, well, you ain't gonna do shit in them. Not where it's a pandemic crazy like in New York. But if T-Mobile hold 20, maybe they can do 5,000 fans. 7,000 fans, and they're spread apart. So, and also you think about fake audio noise and all that. So we'll see how they kind of how to boil out. But it's a good chance that Triple G and Canelo will probably have fans in the stands, and they're probably gonna break all type of gate records. You know, if the economy do it right and people back to work and the vaccine is there or whatever else they got coming. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you got business question, inquiry, response, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal, and description. Best way to donate is share the video. Let me know what you guys think about the Kamil Szeremeta, Triple G, and then Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders, and then in December it'll be Canelo, Triple G 3 for all the marbles, and to end it for all one time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Goodfella Sports TV. We gone.